Hello everyone. Welcome. This is Mike. I am the CEO and founder of SuiteDash. Today I'm really excited to introduce you to our reseller program. And I'm going to explain and highlight the reasons why the SuiteDash Reseller Program is unique and truly a game changer in the industry. In the beginning of this presentation, I'm going to talk about the trends and currents that are happening now in technology, and I'm going to help you understand how we purposely designed the reseller program to fit into these currents and trends in a way that you can leverage it to be at the forefront of this emerging career path that's just now coming into its own as a result of the way technology is moving and changing, and the results of those changes as it relates to business and serving clients, etc. And I want to be clear, the changes that I'm referring to are leading us into a new paradigm of business relationships, and this is what I'm going to label the reseller era, and we'll talk about what that means, why that is becoming a reality, and what you can do to be prepared and be at the forefront of these emerging trends. Okay, so now that we've set the stage, let's begin. Let's start off by just imagining the possibilities. Let's imagine you can live in a world where you have your own SaaS product that you can sell and generate recurring income month after month without having to build it or maintain it. Now, let's further imagine that this SaaS product that you can now market and sell is incredibly flexible and powerful and adaptable to a wide range of small or medium enterprises, what they call SMEs. And this makes up a huge portion of the number of customers that are out there looking for software. So it's generally useful to many different types of businesses, can be set up to work with many types of businesses. So this means that you can now take this SaaS product that you can now market and sell, and you can make it niche specific. In the case where you are an influencer or very knowledgeable about a specific niche, you can set up your SaaS product to serve that specific niche uniquely and then market directly there. Or if you're in a position like a web agency, an ad agency, a logo designer, something like that, who works with many different types of businesses, you can focus more on needs specific, meaning you know clients that have the need of a CRM or marketing or project management, something like this that you can set up for them, help them understand how to use, and pass the knowledge to them in a way where they are looking to you for that guidance and to you for that solution. And now let's keep imagining that this SaaS product gives you the ability to add created content yourself, which then increases the value add. So not only is it software that comes packaged and it does what it says, but also you are building into that software things like proposal templates and document templates and email marketing templates and things that are difficult for people to create on their own or presents a challenge. And either you do this in a niche specific way or in a needs specific way, so that your content is useful to the market you are addressing. And now when you walk in the door with your SaaS product, you can say, not only does it do all these things, but also it's preloaded with this content that you can use from day one to get yourself going. And I, of course, can show you how to do that. And now let's get to the best part, where you're imagining the possibility that you are going to get paid right up front by those clients to use your platform, your SaaS product. That's real income in your pocket. And then you take that money, that big pile of money that's in your bank account, and you pay for the right to have that SaaS product as a reseller. But the way the equation is in your favor, meaning you take the money up front, then you pay out. You're not waiting for a payout from the underlying provider of this SaaS product. You're taking all the money and then paying for the right to use the SaaS product. And because the equation is this way, you'll never find yourself short on funds and having to extend or cover for some amount of time. So it's always in your favor. You always have the money. You're never short. So imagine if you had all of these bullet points and they were all possible and they are at your fingertips, and you can build a business around this with all these advantages. If that were true, you would have to seriously consider this as an option. So to properly consider the option, of course, you need to know some of the variables, some of the requirements that would need to be met before you could embark on this journey. And the great part about it is this is accessible to anyone, okay? There's no upfront cost. We don't charge $1,000 or $500 a month or $5,000 I've heard before that you need to pay someone for the right to resell their software. No, there's no upfront cost with the SuiteDash Reseller Program. There's no ongoing cost. There's no monthly fee or additional costs beyond the per account reseller pricing. There's no minimums. We don't require that you bring on, say, 5 resellers every month or 10 every year. So if you get started and you have a little bit of a slow period at the beginning as you dial things in, that's not a problem. You're not going to be deleted from the program or lose access to your reseller account. There's no required training, no expensive classes that sometimes you're required to attend. There's no rigorous interviews. We do have a process, but it's all done in an automated way with some manual checks on our side, but nothing where we have to actually interview you and ask tough questions and do all those kind of things. So you can be from another country, you can speak another language, you could be a reseller that specializes in another country and another language. That's perfectly fine. We are proud to run a program that's very inclusive and accessible to anyone. Now let's look at some of the dynamics, the trends, and the currents that are taking us into the reseller era. And this is characterized by this statement, the death of the website. So yes, websites are of course always going to be around, but times are different now. So for the past 20 years, building websites has been a legitimate business that you can structure your career around. During that time, only very technical-minded people were able to build websites. It wasn't accessible to the general population. And for most business owners, the only route to achieving a website was to pay a website designer or builder. But the world is different now. Now there are any number of website builders that a normal person can log into, pay a nominal monthly fee, and have a website up and running in just a few minutes or a day. This means that the market for people who are willing to pay $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for a website is drying up. Yes, they're still out there. Yes, they will still come around. But the quantity, the volume is not going to be there and will only get smaller as we go forward. So as a person who really knows a lot about technology, this once productive career path is not going to always be there. So what does the future hold for a person like that? What is changing and where is the future? And we would argue that the future is around portals, client portals, onboarding solutions, things that customers do need, things that are now more available, more accessible. Business owners do need them. They might not yet know that they need them, but it is something that they don't have in mass. Most of them have websites, but they don't have these other next level solutions that will be valuable to them, that will interest them in the sense that they would be willing to pay for them. But someone has to take that offer to them and say, here's a solution, a complete solution that I can offer you. I can set it all up for you. I can customize it. I can set up automations. This is what we would call a tech consultant or an automation specialist or a technical advisor, something like that. That's what the future holds because websites are now commoditized. They are too easy to get or make. They're too inexpensive to set up, and you are not needed in that loop anymore. It's commoditized down to the straight to consumer level, right? So someone like yourself, like a technical person, can move forward into these other solutions that are already built. Ideally, they'll find one or some that are white label that they can become an expert in. They can learn the systems to the point where they know how to solve problems in a wide variety of industries or in just a niche industry. And then they turn that knowledge into a business where they are positioning themselves as a guide. They are offering a complete solution, right? They've now elevated, increased what we call black box skills, which means no one wants to know what's in the black box. They just want the result. And that's what they're paying for. So a black box skill is something you can market and sell because no one wants to do it and no one wants to know how to do it. They just want to pay someone to do it. So when you specialize in automations and systems, and building onboarding workflows and start to end solutions that are white labeled, that are branded specifically for that business, you have now given yourself another skill, another product that you can take to almost every business out there, even if they have a website, and say, I have a solution for not just your website presence, but your onboarding of customers. We'll streamline your business. We'll automate as many parts as we can, and we'll work together, and I can do all this for you and be your guide during this process. Now that's the next level. That's the next step. And doing that as a reseller of solutions that are designed to help you do that is the best option. Your other option would be to build it yourself, which of course is financially nearly impossible for most people. But you can take a software package that's designed to accommodate exactly this business model and turn it over and over and over again to your advantage and use it to build a business. This is the opportunity. This is the way forward in the reseller era. Okay, so now let's talk about what the business opportunity looks like in the reseller era. You need to be confident that when you go down this path that you understand the business logic, how you'll make money, how you'll differentiate yourself, how you'll be assured that this will pay off for you and provide a long-term career and income. So yes, the first thing you'll understand is that yes, you will pay the underlying provider of the SaaS platform some amount of money that's equivalent to a wholesale price, and then you will retail the price, okay? In the SuiteDash Reseller Program, we do not tell you how much to charge because there are ways that you can add more value to the platform that could increase that number higher, or you might want to come in a little bit lower and have less value, or maybe even different levels in between. But what you should understand is that that fee that you pay to SuiteDash is really irrelevant. This is your cost of goods in business. It's the cost that you have to incur to have a product to sell. So in the world of retail, it's a wholesale price that you then sell for a retail price. Or in the world of manufacturing, it's the cost of building the factory and buying the raw materials and making sure that everything goes out through the assembly line and becomes a product that you can then sell. And typically in the business of software, it's all the development cost and the marketing costs and all the other aspects that go into just getting that software to the place where you can charge someone some amount of money for it. But in the reseller era, you don't have to do that. It's almost like you are leasing the business, right? You only pay for what you use, and if somehow you don't need to pay anymore, you just stop. So it's essentially a risk-free business model because you only pay when you have a customer on the other side who's going to pay you more. So you can never lose money in this business model. So the cost of goods, you have no risk there. You're only going to pay SuiteDash when you have a customer ready to pay you more than what you're going to pay SuiteDash, so you'll always have profit in this equation. The next thing to understand is that you have the ability to create a product that's unique from anything else on the market. SuiteDash is a huge platform with many capabilities, and it can be configured to do many different things, adapt to many different business models and workflows. But the reseller program gives you the ability to use what we call reseller profiles to assemble an entire library of content in the form of proposal templates, portal page templates, document templates, email marketing templates, multiple content elements that you can assemble into a package, and you can use multiple different levels of packages even. And each time you create a reseller child account, you can select whichever package of content you want to add in, and that content is immediately zipped out into that account so that the account is created with the content pre-delivered. So this means that you can create a product, create and sell a product that is completely unique to an industry, for example, to a niche. As an example, let's just use a lawn care business, a landscaping business. If I had been in that business for quite a long time, and maybe I was a member of several forums and groups in the internet, I might think, hey, I can take this platform, I can set it up just perfectly for a landscaping business. I can create perfect landscaping lawn care proposal templates, perfect portal page dashboard templates so that they can set as a start page and use it as a pseudo dashboard. Perfect document templates where they can easily generate documents for signing at the beginning of a contract. I can create perfectly worded email campaign templates and email drip sequence templates. I can create a whole range of invoice items that can then be copied into that account. So even when they're creating an invoice, the items are already pre-made and all they have to do is adjust the pricing, for example. So you can do a lot of work in that content generation, and you can end up with an offering of a platform that's very specific to a niche. And then you go to those people in that niche and you say, hey, I have this solution. It's perfectly set up for what you're doing. It's preloaded with content. I can show you how to use it and get you set up in just a short amount of time. And for that, I'm going to charge you X dollars per month. And that's where your markup is. So the more content that you add to it, it says here that your apples are better apples. Apples are not apples in this paradigm, right? You take the apple and you make it better by adding more content, having everything pre-built, everything pre-configured. And when you pass to that reseller child, your customer, they are getting a pre-built, preloaded, pre-set up platform that's just right for their niche. So it's a huge opportunity for those of you in a specific niche that you have good ideas about how to structure and how to preload with content. Then you have something that's really valuable in that niche in a way that SuiteDash as a general solution may never be able to fill. But by working with our reseller partners, we find partners who are specializing in a niche, and they can reach that niche because they know the ins and outs, they know the ups and downs, and they can go into that niche with credibility and sell the platform, make a markup, make a business, and everybody wins. So your apples are better apples when you're niche specific and you build a platform to serve that niche. From the income perspective, let's think about how that works, okay? So you can do it however you would like, but in general, a good approach might be that you have a setup fee. When you first get started with one of your customers, you say, okay, look, here's this platform. I do a $999 setup fee, and then it's X dollars per month, right? So then you have this sort of one-time setup that gets you in the money. Now you have a customer. You do the work to get the platform perfectly white labeled for them if it's not already. You set everything up. It's worth your time. And then you pass the keys to them in the form of admin level credentials, and we'll talk more about that later. And then they take over, and you are always in control. You're always sitting in the back seat. If they need you, you can come to their rescue. So they pay you an elevated amount, and you make money on the markup. And guess what? You can stand by to get sticky income as well. And what is sticky income? This means you are their go-to. When something's not working or they don't understand how to make it work, they come to you. And this is where your hourly rate comes into play. You can say, hey, if you have specific needs or you want to customize, I'm available to you at this hourly rate, and I can come in and work with you and brainstorm how it should work and get it executed for you. Make sure you understand what's going on. So you're always available to them to extend and improve. And as SuiteDash releases more features, there's more and more opportunity for that. As you tell them, after we release a feature, you tell them, hey, there's a new feature in the platform. Would you like help setting that up? Do you think you would need that? Maybe let's have a phone call and discuss. So because you have them as a customer in your platform and they are using your platform, you're their go-to person, then you naturally are the person they will come to when they need adjustments or they want to extend, they want to add more features. You are the person who will offer those services at an hourly rate. And remember, you're doing all this with a platform that you did not build, you don't maintain. You're saying, hey, I just want to use this platform to have something that I can mark up. I'm going to use it. I'm going to leverage it. I'm going to build a business, and I'm going to build recurring income, one-time income, sticky income. I'm going to work all around that, and I'm going to make a career and a long-term business building on top of a platform that continues to release new features and improve on a continual and steady, rapid pace. This is the ideal scenario when you go into a business like this in the reseller era. The SuiteDash Reseller Program was designed exactly for this business model to help you, and you will see as we start to walk through the platform and really show you how it's put together, you will see how your interests as a reseller are protected at every turn. We are working hard to make this possible for you, not just possible, but make it possible for you to thrive. And you'll see example after example where that's the case, where this has been designed to help you. So the conclusion is that we are in now the reseller era. We're in the post-website building as a career era. And we're now in the era where a person who understands the capabilities of portals, automations, onboarding, workflows, has the opportunity to skill up, prepare themselves, build a business around this concept, and to market their solution as a unique offering to the world. Okay, so now the big question. How does it work, right? We've talked about all the reasons why someone should consider something like this, but let's now break down how it actually works in practice. All right, so what we're looking at now is a white labeled SuiteDash account that was just approved as an official reseller. And what you'll notice that's different is when you navigate to your flyout menu, you'll see that you'll now have a reseller dashboard menu item. And if you click that, you'll enter into the official reseller dashboard. From here, you can add new customers very easily. You just click Add Customer. And you can choose between a Pinnacle level, a free trial, a 30-day free trial, and we'll talk about it in a second how that works, Start, Thrive, or Pinnacle. So any one of these options you can choose to create a new customer right away. If you choose a paid plan, like say a Pinnacle plan, then your payment method, the same one as your primary SuiteDash account, will be charged the current Pinnacle monthly rate of $69 per month, and that will be charged to your payment method automatically. And then of course you contract with your reseller customer, your client, to receive payment from them in whatever way is comfortable for you. Okay, so let's talk about the free trial. So you can start a free trial account. It's a 30-day free trial. It will last for 30 days, and anytime during that 30 days, you can upgrade to a paid account, or even after the trial is expired, you can upgrade it to a paid account. So this is useful in cases where you want to demonstrate the capabilities to a client or do a pre-build to just show them what is possible. You can start a free trial, have a demo with the client at some point, and then make the upgrade after you get approval with the client. So the free trial is there for you as a tool to cover that scenario. Okay, so that covers the selection of the plan, which plan you would like to start a customer with. But here you'll see that you can also apply a reseller profile. We don't have any created yet, so let's look at what that means. And this is going along with the idea of being able to customize the content for your offering so that it's unique and has its own value beyond just being a white labeled software solution. So when you add a reseller profile, you're going to give it a name, and in this case let's just call it Website Bronze Package. And in this case you might be wanting to create multiple pricing levels that you charge those pricing levels on your own. You are the one actually billing the client, so you can bill them for whatever you would like. And in the case that you sell them, say, a Pinnacle plan plus the Bronze package, you have one price. Or you sell them the Pinnacle plan plus Silver package or plus Gold package. Those have different prices that you charge to those clients using whatever method you prefer on your side. Okay, let's just assume we're building the Bronze package here. And so now let's see, email marketing. Let's add the welcome email to this package. Document templates. Let's say we'll give them the website project contract and the SEO proposal contract. Things like this. So even in the content categories, you can set up custom content categories for, say, like CRM deals. Say you have custom categories here to fit your niche, LMS products, project statuses. These can all be customized in your parent account, and that's where you set these up in this account, and then they are copied into the child account using the reseller profiles. So proposal templates, let's give them SEO optimization and freelance web design, and you get the idea. Okay, so we're actually can take all these templates that exist in the parent account and selectively and instantly zip them out into the child account using this reseller profile. So let's go ahead and save this one. Oh, let's just point out too, custom fields. All the custom fields, you can build these custom fields in advance, set them all up and make them fit your niche, and then zip them out. Invoice items, these can be built. Say in our example of a lawn care company, these could all be built out with all the description and everything, and then your clients can change the price or they can change anything, but these will be pre-existing without any work on their side. And keep in mind also here that you can transfer your translations into a child account. So if you are focusing on your country or your language, you can do that. Or in your niche, if you use translations to modify some of the menu items and some of the items inside the platform to fit your niche, then you can transfer those translations. Even though you're not translating to another language, you're just translating to other terminology, you can transfer all that instantly into the child account. Okay, so now we're going to just add this reseller profile, and then we'll return to create a customer using the reseller profile. Okay, so here we are back on the Customers tab, and let's just click Add Customer, and we're going to add a new customer with a free trial and apply a reseller profile. So I'll just enter some information here. Okay, so my new customer is Bay City Landscaping Company. Here's an email address. Now don't worry, we're not going to send anything to this email address right away. We just use this email address and this address in the dynamic terms and conditions and privacy policy that we generate for this account uniquely. So you will need to enter this information, and if you don't have the address, then we suggest that you use one for your company as the reseller. These will be inserted into the privacy policy and terms and conditions that are dynamically created in these accounts. Okay, then the plan is the free trial, and then we're going to apply our new reseller profile that we've just created, and all the assets associated with this profile will be zipped out instantly into this account. It's a 30-day free trial, so let's go ahead and just save, and we're going to create this customer. Okay, so in this example, you're not going to be charged anything, even if the 30 days expire. So the only way that your payment method can be charged is if you go here and click Upgrade to Paid Plan, and then you'll have the option to upgrade to Pinnacle Monthly, Thrive Monthly, or Start Monthly. And then after you upgrade to a paid plan, then you can add things like power-ups. Okay, so let's close this and look at the next item. Okay, the next thing to know is how you actually work in this account. And you do that very simply by just impersonating. So we're going to impersonate this account. When I enter this account, we are going to enter as the super admin. And there's only one super admin, and that will always be you. And the way that you get to the account is through that impersonation. Okay, so now we are in the reseller child account impersonating. We can switch between reseller child accounts here, just like when you're impersonating a client or a staff. And now you can set up the account. So now you can go here and go into the platform branding, email branding. You set a custom URL. This is one of the first things you might want to do, is to customize it for your client, set up the custom URL. And then when you're ready, when you have everything just like you want it, you can go to Manage Staff and create an admin user. And this is going to be what gets sent to your client. And your client's email address should go right here. And then you will want to make sure that you leave this checked, Send Portal Access Invitation, and you'll click Add. And then the client, your client, will receive a portal access invitation, and they can enter the portal, enter their account as an admin. And as an admin, they'll have all the access to all the things that they need to run their business, to run their organization. And in your business model, you may want to even allow them to change the white label settings and things like that. But if your business model is such that as a reseller, you don't want them to understand that you have white labeled it, you don't want them to understand that SuiteDash is powering, we have a whole range of features that you can use to accomplish that goal. Okay, so let's look at some of those features. If we go to platform branding And this is where you will white label the platform for your clients, where you will insert their logo or the logo of your CRM platform solution. If you scroll down, you will see here the white label branding controls. And by default, in a reseller child account, we have the hide white label options off, which means they're off for admins, so that only the super admin, which is you, has access to this particular page, email branding, custom URL, all the white label controls. Also, we have enabled by default hide the super admin, which means when they are creating or assigning anything in this account, the super admin will be hidden from those assignment selections. So they will not see you in those selections. They will only see themselves. And then you can also hide the ask link, which means there won't be a way for them to click ask and contact the SuiteDash team for help, and then you will be the point person for their support questions, which will lead you to that hourly rate and that sticky income which we talked about. You also have the option here to just completely disable the template library, or you can disable certain elements of the template library that would possibly give away the fact that you are reselling the platform. So these are designed exactly for you to be able to select in a granular way how you want to present the template library, so that it can be useful for your clients if they want to use it, and you can have it as an asset. But also, if you don't want to have it at all, or you want to disable certain parts of it, you can do that here to protect the business model that you've designed. So these are some great examples of the ways in which the reseller program was designed to work in your favor, to provide you with a tool that you can utilize and enhance and specialize to fit your business use case, which helps you be more successful. Okay, so let's go ahead and leave the impersonation. We're just going to exit out of this impersonation, which will put me right back into the reseller dashboard. And this is where I will always be able to control all of my reseller clients, my child accounts. This is the parent account. That's your reseller parent account. These are the child accounts. You can upgrade them, edit them. If your translations are updated, you can transfer translations into these accounts after they're created to keep them updated. And from here is where you impersonate as well. It's really quite simple. Everything is presented here for you in a very straightforward way. If you have questions, you can click the lifesaver icon, and now you have an entire help article that goes over and is fully updated and available for you at any time if you have questions. The next steps are really up to you. We will continue to improve and make better the reseller program, continue to provide more profile elements that you can add to these reseller profiles. We'll be looking in the future to make it easy for you to replicate accounts over and over so that you can resell the same configuration. And of course, we're always accepting feedback and requests from our resellers. This program has been active for several years and it's doing very well. We have some resellers with up to 100 child accounts. So there are some people out there already absolutely killing it. This presentation is just designed to help you understand the dynamics, understand exactly how it works, and think about how your future can match what we're designing for you here. All right, well, thanks everyone for your time. Thank you for listening and following the logic about how we're moving into this reseller era. Thanks for considering SuiteDash and the SuiteDash Reseller Program as something you can build a future around and build a business around. Because of the extreme white label nature of SuiteDash, that's what allows us to have this super unique program that you can take and create your own branded CRM, your own niche specific product, and you can promote that and you can sell that without anyone knowing that it's being powered by an underlying platform, and what you charge for that is completely up to you. We win because you are moving the platform into niches where we might never have been, or you're moving the platform into your client base who trusts you and is looking to you for guidance, and maybe they never would have found SuiteDash at all if it wasn't for you. So in the end, SuiteDash wins, we win, but also you win. So that's why we designed it like this, so that you are able to be a big winner in this equation. all great business relationships are built on this win-win paradigm, and that's what we have here. So we really appreciate your time and consideration. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.
If you had seen me trying to figure things out, my head was spinning, my success was in doubt. But now the search is, the pain is over.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm not searching, not anymore. I found just what I need. I'm not paying, not anymore. It's mine for life, and it looks just like me. Constantly I was on my knees, spending way too much in fees. No one in my team was pleased. All these things I was juggling, but now my life is easy. Everything's in one place, and it feels so free. Yeah, I can't be wrong. Did I mention their guarantee? I'm not searching, not anymore. I found just what I need. I'm not paying, not anymore. It's mine for life, and it looks just like me. Now I hope that you're listening. You can be just the same as me. The only thing you'll ever need is right here, but hurry please. Then your life can be easy. Everything's in one place, and it feels so free. No, you can't go wrong. Did I mention the guarantee? So stop searching, not anymore. You found just what you need. Stop paying, not anymore. Get yours for life and be just like